some point in our lives, we've all been pissed enough to wish we could crack someone's head open with our fists and ended up swallowing that desire. Well, what if I told you that there is an animal that actually knows what it's like to possess that power? The first animal to come to your mind is probably the kangaroo, which is fair. The kangaroo is popularly known for being an expert at the fisticuffs due to its particular defensive mechanism that makes it look like it's boxing. However, the karoo ain't got shit on what we have in store for you today. What if we told you that there's a tiny little sea creature whose fists hit with the force equivalent to that of a .22 caliber bullet being shot at point-blank range? Make sure to stick around to learn more about this. Today, let's talk about the psychotic underwater Rocky Balboa of the animal kingdom known as the mantis shrimp. First thing you need to know about these creatures is that whoever named them was clearly tired of their job. The mantis shrimp is neither a mantis nor a shrimp. They're actually a species called stomatopods, who are like second cousins, twice removed or something like that, to crabs, lobsters, and yes, shrimps. They're called mantis because their front appendages give them a striking similarity to the mantis, and shrimp because why the hell not? There are roughly 550 known species of stomatopods, or mantis shrimps, who are primarily found in subtropical waters of the Indian and Pacific Oceans. They differ in size, colour, and several other characteristics. On average, they can grow anywhere from 4 to 10 inches. A mantis shrimp typically possesses 34 appendages along its body, all of which serve a different purpose. 5 pairs of legs help it in feeding itself, 3 pairs of legs help it in walking, 2 antennae help it gauge its surroundings, 10 gills help it breathe, and 2 pairs of arms help it clean its amazing eyes. A mantis shrimp can change its colours to camouflage with their surrounding environments. It can definitely give the octopus a run for its money in this department. Their colours range from boring shades of brown to many different combinations of vivid pigments. The most vibrant colour combinations are found in the species known as the peacock mantis. But of all the crazy appendages and their uses, the primary division of the species is on the basis of how they settle their beef with other sea creatures using their frontal appendages. There are Spearomantis shrimp and Smasher mantis shrimp. The Spearomantis shrimps have extendable, sharp, barbed spear-like structures for their front arms, which they use to impale other animals. These arms are strikingly similar, get it? Strikingly? To those of the praying mantis. This is probably the reason why the mantis shrimp was named as such, despite not having any genetic relation to the land insect. When hunting, the spearo shrimp basically plays a very sadistic version of hide-and-go-seek. They hide in the sand and wait for the next fish to come close, and as soon as it does, they strike with their spear-like arms and drag it into their caves to devour it. On the other hand, the smasher shrimps have been blessed with Ivan Drago's boxing gloves, which possess the power to make ringside spectators cry from the shockwave of its impact. These gloves are actually called dactyl clubs. The dactyl clubs are spring-loaded and move at a speed of 50 miles per hour. It can meet the jaws of any opponent with 1,500 newtons. That's the acceleration equivalent to a .22 caliber bullet. Hence, the mantis shrimp literally kills its prey by popping a cap in their ass. Its prey usually includes crabs and clams, both of whom have really hard shells, which end up being cracked wide open. The mantis shrimp's jab delivers a force of 160 pounds, which is 2,500 times its own body weight. The smasher shrimp probably saw a Mike Tyson fight once and decided it could do better. Their punch is so powerful that it creates a phenomenon known as cavitation bubbles. From the sheer force of this movement, the water surrounding the dactyl club reaches a temperature of 4,400 degrees Celsius, or 7,952 degrees Fahrenheit, literally boiling it for a split second. That's almost as hot as the surface of the sun.
The power of the sun in the palm of my hand.
Because of the high temperature and release of energy, little bubbles form along with a quick flash of light and a loud underwater popping sound. These bubbles collapse immediately, creating a shockwave. In addition to making Rocky's coach cry like a little bitch, the shockwave is enough to stun or even kill the mantis shrimp's prey. Even if the clubs miss the target, the shockwave alone can get the job done. With great punching power comes great punching responsibility. The mantis shrimp takes this responsibility very seriously, punching anything and everything that comes in its path. Because of this tendency, despite being incredibly fascinating creatures, they are rarely found in aquariums. If it is to be put in an aquarium, they require reinforced glass because they've been known to punch the glass till it breaks. Additionally, they must also be the only residents of their aquarium because any other animal in their premises will be on the receiving end of non-stop clobbering. Hell, if they find no one to punch, the mantis shrimps have been known to punch their own reflection in the aquarium glass. However, when teenagers named Kyle punch through walls after one too many Monster Energy drinks, they end up with multiple trips to the ER. So how does the mantis shrimp, with its godly punch, not wreck its entire exoskeleton on impact? Well, it turns out that God had plenty of free time when designing these creatures and straight up gave them the best of everything. The dactyl clubs have an outer coating of hydroxyapatite, a hard crystalline calcium phosphate ceramic material. But underneath there are layers of elastic polysaccharide chitin positioned in a way to act as shock absorbers, reducing the possibility of cracks. The structure is so advanced that researchers are studying their cell structure to develop advanced body armor to be used by combat troops, car frames and aircraft panels. Speaking of body armor, the Smasher shrimp are well aware of their punching capacity, and therefore they developed a little defense mechanism for themselves. Should a member of their own species decide to take a smack at them, the tail of the shrimp consists of a special segment called the telson. The telson is a multi-scale structure with ridges on the outside and a structure shaped like a spiral staircase on the inside, which is incredibly efficient at absorbing impact. In fact, a new class of lightweight, impact-resistant materials for helmets and cars is being developed by studying the telson structure. In addition to having the fist of gods, the mantis shrimp is also known for its insanely complex and high-tech vision. Their eyes are mounted on top of two structures that can move independently of each other. Let us explain to you how crazy the mantis shrimp's eyes are. Humans have two eyeballs that come together to form one picture, hence we have binocular vision. The mantis has 3 eyeballs in each eye. This allows it to have trinocular vision times 2, hexanocular vision, if that's even a term. Their eyes are so damn complex, we gotta invent new terms for them. Since you've made it this far, what do you think of these crazy little creatures? Can you imagine what it'd be like to get punched by one of these? Let us know in the comments below. A mantis shrimp could probably solve the optical illusions you'd be stuck on for hours in seconds. The reason behind this is that its complex eyes can gauge depth and distance incredibly easily. Another way that the mantis shrimp's vision is superior to human vision is that it can see 9 more wavelengths than we can. Humans only have 3 types of photoreceptor cells in their eyes, allowing them to see red, blue, and green light. Some birds and reptiles have a 4th one to see ultraviolet light. Mantis shrimps, on the other hand, possess 12, and in some cases, even 16 different types of photoreceptor cells. This means that they see the world in a frenzy of vibrant colors that we couldn't begin to comprehend, even in our craziest acid trips. Humans try to make themselves feel better by holding on to the fact that the mantis shrimp can't actually differentiate between colors very well. But the fact of the matter is, mantis shrimp vision kicks ass. It can detect a special kind of polarized light called circularly polarized light. It's the only animal on Earth with that ability. According to some researchers, this ability allows a mantis shrimp to detect cancer lesions. Polarized light reflects differently from normal healthy cells and cancer cells, and a mantis shrimp can see that. A camera sensor that works on this principle to detect cancer is currently being worked on. But the mantis shrimp's bizarre biology is not so surprising when you realize that it has been evolving for over 400 million years. Yes, the mantis shrimp has evolved separately from other crustaceans over the past 400 million years. That actually makes them 170 million years older than the dinosaurs, and those are all extinct now, so that should tell you these guys are not to be messed with. But while they are perfectly capable of mangling anything that comes in their path, 400 million years tend to instill some wisdom in a shrimp. For the mantis shrimp, that wisdom came with the knowledge that settling down with a wife and kids is what life is all about in the end. Many species of mantis shrimp display social monogamy. They have only one partner and make babies with them for the rest of their lives. While this may sound like a very romantic notion to humans, it actually has a practical reasoning behind it. Mantis shrimps find a mate and settle on the outskirts of reefs. This way, they don't have to go into the heart of aquatic life to find a new mate every time they want to get some. The result is lesser encounters with predators and other unfortunate situations that could end their life. It makes sense. I mean, even Rocky chose retirement after, you know. See you later.